Hello, welcome to Bench Movie Club. My name's Ben.
I'm Charlie.
And today we're talking about the 1993 movie Point of No Return, also known as The Assassin.
We're also very briefly going to just talk about some movie news. Well, I don't know if you know any of this anyway, or if it will interest you, Ben.
Okay.
Matthew Lillard will return as Stu Matcher in Scream 7.
Okay.
You remember him from Scream 1, didn't you?
Is he the one that had Serial Mum?
Yes. So he's coming back in Scream 7.
Okay.
But
didn't he die?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter in the Scream films, does it? Do you remember, like, they all get stabbed 100 times?
Oh, I remember that. That was a joke. That was, the one, Jenna Coleman. Not Jenna Coleman. What's her name? The one that looks like Lily. Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
She got stabbed in one of them Scream films. There's no way she could have possibly survived that. She got stabbed about 100 times, everywhere in her body, and then she's sitting in hospital with a couple of bandages on her. I mean, it was a bit of a joke, really. They should have calmed down the stabbings, made it a little bit more realistic.
That's the funny thing about that. I knew part 5 and 6 had both come out, and I still hadn't seen either of them. And I knew Jenna Ortega was in both of them. Then at the very beginning of part 5, she just gets stabbed to death.
Times. Yeah.
And in the opening, and I thought, oh, well, how is she in the sequel?
Yeah.
It must be a ghost or something. I wonder what it...
Because there's no way that she'd possibly survive all that, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, that's...
Well, if that doesn't really interest you, I don't think much else will on here. Chris Evans is not going to return to play Captain America in Avengers Doomsday.
What, the DJ with the ginger hair?
Yeah, yeah. 100% he won't return. He won't play Captain America.
Okay.
There's rumours that he was going to... Well, at the moment he says he's not going to. But, if they give him enough money...
Who's Chris Evans? I don't think I've heard of him.
You know him.
I know him, the DJ, Chris Evans.
No, the actor.
Don't forget your toothbrush and all that.
You've seen... Let me think. Cellular? Do you remember the one with Kim Basinger? And the bloke's on the phone, he's trying to talk to her, she's been kidnapped.
No, never even heard of that one. I think, and I would have thought I would have known it. It was an 80s film, was it?
No, it's 90s. 2000s.
Oh yes, yeah. I like my favourite one of hers is 9.5 Weeks, and then from then on she went a bit like she looks a bit like Barbie-ish. Her hair went really long and no.
For the role.
No, she suddenly started having that really long. I liked her in 9.5 Weeks. I think she looks
Have you seen
lovely in that.
Knives Out?
No. What's that about?
It's just like a crime thing. It's got Daniel Craig in it. Have you seen Sunshine?
Of a Spotless Mind?
No.
No.
On a rainy day. Have you? No. You know
Sunshine. Is that the one with the little kid?
No. It's a Danny Boyle film where they're going to reignite the sun. Anyway, he's in quite a lot. He's in a lot of things. He's a good actor, but anyway, you obviously don't know him. I haven't seen the original of this, but the 90s comedy the 90s comedy Romy and Michelle's high school reunion is getting a sequel.
I haven't seen that, and I thought I would have liked that, because I love her in Friends. So I'm surprised I never actually got around to watching that. Yeah. And I've heard it's supposed to be really good. I've heard good reviews about it, so maybe I should give it a go.
Yeah. And also, The Faculty's getting a remake.
A remake or
a remake? The Faculty remake set at Miramax.
Faculty was good.
Robert Rodriguez to produce. It was, but it was also sort of just like a new version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
/ The Breakfast Club.
/ The Breakfast Club.
Because it was like the characters in that were the same as the characters in the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You had like the jock, you had the pretty girl, you had like the nerdy girl, you had the brain, you had the athlete, the criminal one. It was like, I was looking at it thinking, this is like Breakfast Club.
Yeah, but they won't recapture that. I don't see the point of them remaking it. They might as well just do another version of Body Snatchers, which that is itself,
That is, I enjoy. I see that for the first time. Did we
the 70s one?
Review that, yeah.
No, we done the top 10 horror.
And I watched that,
a bunch of them,
and I loved the end of that.
Yeah. Spoilers, don't say anything.
I'm going to say it, but I did. And I was okay, I didn't see that coming.
So are there any films coming out this year you're excited about? I could tell you some that are coming out.
Go on, tell me.
There's Superman.
No, Superman for me is always going to be Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, there's the new Captain America, Brave New World.
No, see, I don't like all them superhero films. That's for you.
Snow
that's for
White.
You and Sunny to do.
Snow White.
That's for you and Sunny to do.
Snow White. Snow Jurassic
I don't
World
want to say
with,
that's really woke, that Snow White, from what I can work out.
Yeah,
and they've tried to cut it to make it something less woke. It just looks like really.
I think she sabotaged it.
She did when she was sitting there with that interview. And I just went off of her. I just didn't like her straight away.
And I ain't being funny, but the whole point of Snow White, she's like the fairest in the land. She's supposed to be this beautiful young girl. She's not ugly, but she's not. When you look at the evil mum, she's being played by Gal Gadot, who's gorgeous, and you think, well, why would Gal Gadot feel insecure about this girl with like this little page boy haircut? You know,
I just don't think. I think what it was, she was so sort of ripping into the original story that people obviously love. That, you know, you can't. That's the classic. That's the original Disney film. And like this generation now, the wokeness of everything. It's all like, like the slacking thing off. It's like when women are empowered, like men, they don't need men to. It's like it's not all about that. It's sometimes just chill out and watch the film and stop reading stuff into it. I won't watch it. You can do that with Sunday. I'm not watching it. I ain't getting on the woke bus.
28 years later.
That might be quite good.
Yeah, that's interesting to see, because I think Danny Boyle's, I don't know if he's directing it, but he's back in charge of that. Right, quickly, there's a new Fantastic Four, Mission Impossible, a new Final Destination.
Excellent.
Called Bloodlines, and the poster is like a block of flats on fire,
excellent.
So that could be interesting.
Yeah, excellent. Let's do one on a train. That'd be good.
Yeah.
We could have the bus. The bus. The bus and a train at the same time.
Yeah. Mickey 17, The Monkey, Thunderbolts, Avatar, Conjuring, Now You See Me 3, How to Train Your Dragon, Karate Kid, Megan 2, Tron. See, the problem is it's all remakes and sequels. Saw 11.
No, I've never seen. I think I've seen one Saw film. I didn't like it. I don't like I just didn't like the tortureness of it.
Yeah, Wicked Part 2, The Naked Gun has got a remake. You know that? That's the
it's the 80s. 80s or 90s.
80s and 90s. But he's
Danny Nicole Smith in one of them, didn't it?
Yeah. Downton Abbey 3.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love Downton Abbey.
I've never seen any of them.
Downton Abbey's brilliant.
There's the Michael Jackson biopic, Michael.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Anyway.
So that's what's coming out this year.
Yeah, amongst other things, but yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so today we're talking about
another remake.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, but it's not a remake. Yeah, actually, okay. Funny enough, I had seen the original before this. I'd seen a bit of it on telly, and I hadn't realised it was this was a remake of that. But this film that we're talking about today, finally, is Point of No Return, but we've always known it over in the UK as The Assassin. It was in 1993, starring Bridget Fonda, Gabriel Byrne.
Gabriel Byrne.
Is that how you say his name?
Let me do the actors.
Okay, you do the actors.
So Bridget Fonda, who's in Single White Female, A Simple Plan, Jackie Brown. Gabriel Byrne, who's in Usual Suspects and Stigmata. Although his role, they considered Antonio Banderas to play his part, which would have worked. I think Antonio Banderas might have actually been a better
I liked him. I think he was good.
He's a great actor.
I liked him in it, and I think that they actually worked well together. Even though you wouldn't have put them together, he was quite authoritative, and she needed someone like that.
I suppose he's more like a father figure.
Yeah, but without being too old. I don't think he was that old as a father. He was obviously older than her, but I don't think he was that old. Anyway, sorry.
And you had Dermot Mulroney, who's in My Best Friend's Slut.
My best friend's wedding. Okay. My best friend's a slut. It's a porno, isn't it?
And he also played Gavin in Friends, didn't he? Do you remember when Rachel's had the baby and she wants to get back to work and there's that bloke who's sort of...
Yeah.
Miguel Ferreira, who's in RoboCop and Traffic, he's like the head of the organisation. Who says that joke. And Anne Bancroft, who's in Graduate and The Elephant Man. She's also in
Torchstone Trilogy. I like her in that. She plays his mother. That's a really good. Yeah, she's a good actress.
You also had very small passing things of Michael Rappaport was at the very beginning. He's part of the gang. You know him, didn't you? He was in Friends as well. He played the cop who Phoebe dated. He's in True Romance.
Oh, right, yeah.
Copland.
Yeah.
You had John Capodis, who's in Ace Ventura, Independence Day and Speed. He was the cop who she stabs his hand.
Yeah, what about at the very beginning? Is that him out of Salem's Lot? Is that Juliette Lewis's dad? The one who gets shot?
I don't know.
You know, at the very beginning,
might have been.
He goes, we got a little boy, you'd shoot little Johnny, and he's looking like that. So I looked at his face, and he's got quite a distinctive face. I think that's him out of Salem's Lot, who is actually Juliette Lewis's dad in real life.
Do you want to look it up?
Go on.
You've also got Calvin Levels in it. No, the guy who's helping her with the computer.
Yeah.
The black guy.
Yeah.
He's in Adventures in Babysitting.
Yes. He's the one that finds the magazine. He's the one that helps them.
Yeah, the gangster who actually helps them is a nice guy.
Yeah, this has been about 5 years after Adventures in Babysitting, I would have thought. 5-6 years after. Yeah, so we just found out, Jeffrey Lewis as well.
Yeah, who died 2015, age 79.
But he's the father of Juliette Lewis.
He's killed by a vampire.
That's how I remember him from, mainly, was Salem's Lot. Because that bit he's in the rocking chair in Salem's Lot was really creepy, and he looks up.
Yeah.
That's scary, that film, when I was a kid.
Have you watched the new one yet?
No. I don't think I'll bother. You said it was quite good though, didn't you?
Aesthetically,
is it woke though?
Oh, no,
it ain't.
No, it's not woke.
No, because a lot of things nowadays are all quite woke, and it's like they can't call them vampires because that's like not politically correct or something like that.
No, they don't call them vampires. They call blood lovers in this.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. So, what's the film about?
The film is about a down and out druggy girl who gets involved in a shootout, and she kills a cop. Anyway, so she gets put to death, but they can see that she's quite feisty. She's quite. There's more to her, basically.
Very chavvy.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say chavvy.
What we could do?
No. Anyway, so they put her to death. Anyway, they don't put her to death. They take her. She wakes up and she's in this sort of like secret government building, and they have basically killed her off. They've said, and they're going to give her the opportunity to work as an assassin. So they're going to remodel her, and they're going to train her and teach her to basically be an assassin. Like the old her is dead now, and all this. So she's basically, after a lot of like sort of trying to mess them around and all that in there. Like she's quite a nuisance in there, so.
Yeah,
you know, and then she turns out pretty good. But that's the film basically. And then she turns out to be an assassin, and then it's about the troubles that she has with that after. But I absolutely love this film. I love this film. This was I was such a big fan of Bridget Fonda. She was one of my favourite actresses. There was like her, Michelle Pfeiffer, Goldie Hawn. There was loads of actresses that
Goldberg.
No. I liked Bette Midler. I liked Goldie Hawn. I liked Drew Barrymore. There was actresses that Bridget Fonda was definitely one of my favourite actresses. I thought she was a fantastic actress. She absolutely fantastic actress, and she was always like the films. I mean, Single White Female. She's fantastic in that. But this is my favourite film.
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
That's for Jennifer Jason Leigh. Yeah. But yeah, this is one of my favourite films from years ago, and I love her in it. I think she's fantastic in it. You have never seen it before, have you?
No, it's weird because I remember it. I distinctly remember the videotape, and I went through like a couple of summers where I just went through every single one of your videotapes, pretty much.
And that would have been.
Well, that was at the A's because you alphabetically organised them, and I remember watching, say, like The Accused. So I don't know why I would have then script Assassin, so maybe the tape wasn't in the place where it was supposed to be at that time, whether it's being watched in another room or something. But I don't know why I never watched it, and it might be maybe on some level because this wasn't that successful, and there's like a theory that it's because where it's a female-led action film, because so many sort of blokes would be like, oh, I'm going to watch that, it's a woman. How tough she going to be because she's only a woman. Pardon me. Like the poster is like her looking very sort of like sexy, but it doesn't really sort of sell what the film is about, you know?
So, but what did you think of it then?
No, I liked it.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's a really good film. I think she's brilliant in it. And she's believable as like the chavvy bit at the beginning, and she's a right nuisance. But then you can sort of see, and you actually feel sorry for her because she sort of, when he gives her the gun straight away.
Yeah, and the opening of it was very trippy.
Oh yeah, very trippy.
She's sort of like,
yeah, but she's like, she's basically drugged up. That's why they filmed it like that.
Which I thought they might have done a bit more about her getting off the drugs, but then they didn't in the original anyway. They just sort of gloss over it. Luke Besson just sort of goes, okay, well, she was on drugs. Now she's rehabilitated. Now she's an assassin kind of thing. But
I felt sorry for that very first hit that she had to do because she was like, oh, happy that he's taken her out for the first time in like sort of 6 months, and she's gone out, he's taken her to dinner. And all of a sudden he gives her the gun and he goes, right, up there, the second table up the top there, you've got to shoot the person. And it's like, so straight away he goes, you've got 4 minutes. And that's it. Like, he walks out and then she's sort of straight away, so this is her job, you know? And I think it's a good story.
About, you got to get out the window, but it's all been bricked up.
Yeah. But it's a good, I like I think the storyline rolls lovely. I like the fact that when she's in it, like when they go to the carnival, what was it?
Mardi Gras. Which I was going to say, because I actually been there at Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
And I really liked it there.
Yeah.
That's what I've sent you a photo of to stick on it. But when me and my cousin went to Mardi Gras, it's such a great location for things, especially something like that, because there's so much chaos going on about. Yeah. And funny enough, the original, they went to Venice instead, which I've also been to. I went there with Caroline.
For your honeymoon, wasn't it?
Yeah, no.
I thought you went there for honeymoon.
No, we went Maldives for a honeymoon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
that was a surprise I'd done for her. I told her we was going to do a job up in Dublin, and I said, ignore all of the names, they've mucked them all up. And she's looking for in Venice, and see everyone in the queue with learning Italian books. And that's when it dawned on her. But both locations look fantastic and so iconic, so individual. You couldn't mistake New Orleans Mardi Gras for any other time or place of the year.
Yeah. It's a good storyline, and also Harvey Keitel's in it as well.
Actually,
I will go there. Harvey Keitel's in it, and he's the cleaner, isn't he?
Yeah, and in the original one, because last week me and Lily done Leon. Right.
Yes.
In the original one, Jean Reno
is him, the main character in it?
No.
At Leon.
No, because remember he dies, doesn't he? The Harvey Keitel character.
Yeah.
So in the original one, Jean Reno is the cleaner who comes in to sort of...
Who's Jean Reno? That's what I'm asking you, Jean Reno.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, he's Leon.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can imagine him being I can imagine him being the cleaner in the original one.
Yeah, in the original one, he looks exactly the same as he does in Leon. He's dressed the same and everything, and he comes in and pours the stuff on the bath, and the body starts moving and stuff, and he kills the other person. The French version is a lot more sort of grimy and low budget. In fact, I watched the French one, the Femme Nikita, after I watched Assassin.
Yeah. It's supposed to be really good. I mean,
listen, the thing is, what I'd say, there's no point watching both of them because they're both the exact same film, except for the French one is like as if a bunch of French students watched The Assassin and thought, let's remake that, but with a bunch of our mates in really crap locations. It looks really bright. I don't like the lighting and stuff.
What do you think of Bridget Fonda in this film? Do you think she carries it off well?
Yeah, she does. She's very skinny.
She's very. I know. I mean, it's like.
I
know she gets a lot of stick now. But the thing is, it's like you don't know. I mean, she's obviously she's put on loads of weight and she's unrecognisable. But you don't know what's going on in her life. She's happy enough in her life, she seems, and she wants to be away from the spotlight. And good luck to her. I adore her. I adore her. I think she's definitely one of my favourite actresses. So, as long as she's happy, that's what matters, isn't it? Really, she obviously wanted to be at the spotlight. She's not put herself in it, so she should really be left to be at the spotlight now.
Yeah, it's not fair when you get because people like Americans often say that the British tabloids are the worst in the world, but they're not. The American ones are worse. The things like TMZ and Hollywood Reporters and stuff like that. Yeah.
I loved her in Scandal. She was good in Scandal. I think that was her first sort of big sort of breakthrough. Scandal she was really good in. So
yeah. This film's directed by John Badham, who also done Nick of Time. Have you seen Nick of Time? That's quite good. It's Johnny Depp. It's shot in live real time. It's about like this assassin bit anyway. Bird on a Wire.
Oh yeah. Goldie Hawn and Mel Gibson.
Stakeout.
Is that Emilio Estevez and Richard Dreyfuss?
Yeah. Short Circuit.
Ali Sheedy and the Robot.
Yeah. And also, who is it? Anyway, what was he in? Yeah, there's the guy in it. He was in Frasier as well. He was in that.
Okay.
Anyway, Saturday Night Fever.
Okay.
Done as well, which was Rose's favourite film.
Yeah, she liked that. Lauren.
Used to watch it all the time, and then they put all like black shoe polish in their hair and start strutting down the street.
Silly kids. Right. Right. People that was considered for this role of Maggie Hayward were Julia Roberts, Marissa Tomei, Nicole Kidman, Robin Wright, Meg Ryan, Madonna, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Kelly McGuinness, Daryl Hannah, Demi Moore, Juliette Lewis, Uma Thurman, Ali Sheedy, Tatum O'Neill, and Lorraine Kelly.
I think
Lorraine Bracco.
I think she's good. I think those of them would have done the film good anyway. I'm glad it was Bridget Fonda. The thing is, it's always Madonna's agent at the time must have just been bombarding everything. Yeah, Madonna. Her name always pops up.
Yeah, Madonna was fantastic in Desperately Seeking Susan because she's basically playing herself, and that's before she was really, really famous.
And also, she's not the main one.
No, but she was able to basically. This was the start of her pop career. She was just basically probably was told, listen to what she was told. So if she was told to do something, she'd do it. Whereas she'd go, no, I'm doing it this way, and then they just have to. Let's just right behind you. Bridget Fonda was cast in this film after Jodie Foster and Winona Ryder turned the lead role down. They would have both been good, but I still think I think Bridget Fonda nails this. Yeah. She's fantastic in this film. She's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it was like the right time for her as well. If it had been made 5 years earlier, 5 years later, I don't think you'd probably gone with someone else. But she was perfect for that person, the age, the size of her, everything.
Yeah, and it was filmed in sequence because the director John Badham thought that this would help Bridget Fonda portray the evolution of the character, which I like that. I think that's quite nice because then you can go each like you're moving forward with the character as you go along. I think that's quite good because sometimes they film like one of the last scenes first, and it's like you want to get into the character first. I think I
mean, sometimes you need to like depending on how the person looks and stuff. Sometimes they shoot things out of order, safe like
muscles and all that. If they've done their training, they would film that on maybe the first day.
Yeah. The film debuted at number 2 at the US box office, behind Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3.
That's not bad.
So it's not as good as Turtles 3, apparently.
Yeah, but the thing is, I just don't think people have given this film a chance. As you said yourself, I think, people listen to critics. I mean, is there anything about this film that you go, no, it's a load of shit? Or do you think, it's actually an enjoyable film?
No, I think it's an enjoyable film. I think it's
it's well acted, and it's got some right suspense, like bits of suspense in it.
Bits of suspense and stuff. Obviously, like with things like this, you have to take, it's not reality. It's not like you think, well, if you start thinking, well, why would this organisation exist?
Yeah, that's most films. Most films.
No, exactly. Like but this is what some people sort of criticise. They say as if like the bit where we go, why would you get her to kill the person while her boyfriend is right there? And this is the thing. I kept thinking, are they going to kill him? Does he know too much? Like
he got my nerves a bit in it.
Yeah,
I didn't actually like him. I didn't like him. It was like the way he was questioning. I thought, I'll just get rid of him. It was going, but I thought this. And then when he comes in and then she's learning,
Uncle Bob or something.
She goes when she's learning with that black woman, and they're sitting there and they're trying to impersonate this woman that they're going to do their last job with, and he sits there and he's just like a stroppy little teenager. I wouldn't mind if he got killed off, actually, to be truthful.
Yeah, I think it would have been good if she killed him. Oh, you know what? Bam. Yeah. Like, he's not a problem anymore.
Yeah. I think Gabriel Byrne was fantastic. I think he was really believable, and he was a really good choice, I think. I know that you wouldn't necessarily pair them together, but I think they did have a really good chemistry together. They had a better chemistry than her with that Dermot O'Leary.
Dermot O'Dreary.
Yeah, or whatever his name was, Dermot McMoley or whatever.
Yeah, I thought the music was good as well.
Yeah.
Score was Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Who also done Gladiator, Inception, True Romance, Thelma and Louise, Backdraft.
Yeah.
This was sort of right at his peak. He was, all those films were coming out around about that same time, and you could see why.
And I love the use of Nina Simone songs in this film.
Yeah,
she's amazing, Nina Simone, and it's lovely. Like you really, like they've got a couple of banging tunes in there, like the "Feeling Good," which is an amazing song, and I love her rendition of "Here Comes the Sun."
Yeah,
I think it's such a beautiful version.
"Wild as the Wind,"
"Wild as the Wind," "Black is the Colour of My True Love's Hair." Loads of lovely songs in that.
"Saturday Night's Right for Fighting."
No, she doesn't sing that.
Yeah, that was what was missing. Funny enough, from the Femme Nikita.
What, a score?
Well, like because it Nina Simone was almost part of the film, like her
in the film in
Assassin. It's like her music is a character almost. It's like when she's listening to this music, you know why she's listening to this music and stuff. But in the original one, it's no.
They could have had that French singer. Is it Eva Perron or whatever? You know, goes no sings no regrets.
Oh, not like
yeah. Or like La Vie en Rose or something.
Le Piaf.
Le Piaf, yeah. Is that a little baby is Le Piaf?
No, is it Edith
Le Piaf. Edith Piaf.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a bit on the nose, isn't it? It's like the only French singer.
Or Vanessa Paradis.
Yeah, could have.
She could have had her.
That was her only song. She drove the taxi all the way from it.
Another one, an English one, "Be My Baby."
Yeah, that was a good one actually. That was written by what's his name? Who was dating her?
Oh, okay.
Was that okay? You know him?
Who was dating her?
Before Johnny Depp. Guitarist.
American
Woman.
Who was dating Vanessa Paradis?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Name?
I don't know. Yeah, so the original of this film was titled Nikita, and that was about 4 years before, I think 3-4 years before this. And Luc Besson declined the opportunity to remake Nikita.
Luc Besson,
yeah.
Yeah.
And Halle Berry expressed interest in playing the role of Maggie, and she lobbied for the role, but John Badham did not feel that she was right for the role, which I'm glad. I don't think she was right for the role.
No, I don't think she was right.
You know, I think this is perfect casting, and that's why this film confuses me as well, because people, as I say, a lot of people haven't heard of it, and I think is that because of the name change again, because in America it's known as Point of No Return, over here it's known as The Assassin. It's the same as Adventures in Babysitting when they done that and they changed it to Night on the Town.
Yeah.
You know?
So was there anything you'd change about the film?
No. I love the film. I think the film's perfect. I love the film. Yeah, I'd probably have her boyfriend get killed.
Sorry, Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz is what? Oh, dated Vanessa Paradis, right?
Yes, okay. And he wrote that song, "Be My Baby." There's nothing you'd change.
No. What would you change?
Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, did you actually really enjoy the film then?
I did like the film.
Yeah?
I did like the film.
Yeah.
It's not a film I'd watch over and over again, only because there's loads of films to watch.
Yeah. Oh no, but this is like the 90s. This is like when I was...
It was an easy watch.
I was 20 something.
You know, it was one I could sit there and just sort of watch it. Whereas some films are sort of like, struggling to watch. What's he making me watch now?
No. No, but it was enjoyable, and it's also, I think it's quite fast paced. It's sort of, it's not like, it doesn't drag.
No, they also thought about calling it The Specialist.
Yeah.
Which ended up, there was another film called The Specialist, I think was Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bridget Fonda's character has 4 names in this film. Maggie, short for Margaret. Her cover name was Claudia. Her code name was Nina. And in a room service outfit, her name was Dawn. I suppose that don't really count, does it, Dawn? Because she's just goes up and blows up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a pseudonym, isn't it? It's just like another name that she used.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As she said, the titles considered for the film were The Assassin's Heart and Sweet Hot Steel.
No. The thing is, a title's a big deal. A bigger deal than people realise, because a terrible title can really sort of...
Well, like, what's it, that one with Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, Crazy Stupid Love. I was sort of, I was like...
Well, it's a stupid name.
Yes.
It just doesn't work. It is, you know, I wrote a script which for the longest time I called Centenary Secondment.
See, I think I think also My Horrible Love. I think you've named that wrong.
I think that's a good name. I was about to say, I think that's really, and that's actually how I got Mike and John involved, because they really liked the title because it was so vague. Because you got to bear in mind, at the time, I didn't want anyone to know that it was a horror, and I was thinking,
well, that worked well, didn't it?
Yeah, and instead no one knew it at all. Yeah, but I mean, it had no sort of hook to it, and it was. I rushed.
I think your problem with that film, I think, because you wanted it to be more swearing than Goodfellas. I think you concentrate too much.
No, that's not true.
You did say that to me one time.
No, I said, did
How
you
else
know?
would I know that?
Because I said, you know what, because I wrote it, I wasn't deliberately trying to make it sweary. The 4 people I based it on, as I was writing the dialogue, I naturally thinking, well, she'd go, "Are you fucking looking at me?" Because that's what they'd say. It was after the film was made. And
I think that's just when we was editing it.
When we was editing it, Mike said, "Do you realise how much they swear in this 1 minute?" And showed me one clip, and I thought, God. And then I counted the swear words, and per minute there was more swearing in it than Goodfellas or Scarface or anything. It wasn't an aim of mine.
Right, it's okay, but I got that wrong then. I thought that's what it was, and I was thinking, well, if that's the case, that you've done that.
No.
But I think that's just probably what lets it down. I think because it's got a lot of potential, that film. I think retweaking that would be amazing, because it has got some really funny bits in it. But also, you never see the Sarah's character dead, and I thought that'd be quite good. You could have, like, remember in Evil Dead with the head? You could have like pink hair on the head, like that kind of thing.
No, but all that stuff was shot a year later, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, talking about filming out of sequence, because I shot the film, realised it was far too short as well for how I edited it, and then I
just think, you know, because I think it's more effective when you got swearing in a film, but I think it's when it's less, and it's that makes it funnier. When it's constant, it's like a bit cringe.
No, but this is the problem.
I think that's what people said to me about it. There's going, oh, the swearing, and that was a lot of the feedback. So I thought people looked past the film because of the swearing, and I think
it's the thing. That's what I was.
That's why I probably
when I was writing it, I was imagining being around those people. And I thought, I've never been in a room where they're not constantly swearing. Yeah. Unless they're with people who are normal. When there's normal people, say if you're in a room with one of them, they might tone it down. But you think with those 4 specific people in that close situation, angry at each other.
I just think it makes people feel uncomfortable too much.
No, it does.
I think that's probably what it might be. But the thing is...
People are woke.
Yeah, well, that was woke even. Imagine now. They wouldn't like it now. Right. Yeah, so this film received 6.1 on IMDb, which I think it should have got more than that, personally.
Yeah, I would put it a bit higher than that.
It's a good film. It's a really good film. It's a good film. And if you think 1993, it would have come out. That would have been. I don't know why it wasn't up there with a lot of the other stuff that's out in the 90s, because it's just as good.
But it might be similar to, say, like what my theory is with the great music of the 70s, how loads of it gets lost. There's so much good on at the time. Yeah. You know, there was a lot of great films out at the time, so it's hard. It's competing against all these fantastic films, and at the time you couldn't really afford to go to cinema every week. No. So it was like pick and choose. Do we watch this, or do we go watch Jurassic Park, which is out like next month, something like that? Because that was 93, for example. Right,
Rotten Tomatoes, critics give it 52%, and the audience 50%, which is bollocks. That's no way. No, that's like fucking shit film. Yeah, what's wrong with people?
I think that was harsh. I guarantee the critics gave a higher one on the original one, which they shouldn't have. I think that's just because they go like, oh well, that's the original. Yeah, but I actually think this is better than the original. Yeah, because the original one is fine, but it's got French people in it.
Yeah, but because they're French.
I know, but also it seems
wrong with French people. French people are nice. You know what? I wouldn't mind living in France. Although then again, ain't they just as bad as here with everything.
No, if you apparently just avoid Paris. Because Paris is supposed
to be a shithole.
Oh, yeah,
people go, it's like there's all rubbish everywhere, and it stinks, and
they're rude. We went there as kids.
It's like London, I suppose, though, isn't it? Really, people go to London. Is it?
London's clean compared to Paris. Paris is a dump. New York's.
You imagine it to be like this all romantic place. Everyone goes, oh, these visions of Paris.
Oh, they say that. You get mugged at the Eiffel Tower. I've not met anyone who hasn't had a bad thing to say about Paris who's been there. A
friend of my work, she took her boyfriend there because he wanted to go, and she goes, it was absolute shit. She goes, it was a shithole. She goes, it stunk. It was rubbish all over the place. There was a man shitting in the street. And I was like, did you have a nice, was it romantic then? Yeah. She goes, never again. And she said, like, it was supposed to be like a beautiful romantic getaway. And they're walking around as a blokes taking a shit in the street and like the rubbish around. And
well, back in like, it was about this time, early 90s, Mum took me, I think George and Rosie, to Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris had just opened. And she thought, let's spend a couple of days in actual Paris before we go
she took you to Paris as well then?
Yeah, and we was like, okay. And
I've never been.
Well, she went, let's go to the Eiffel Tower. So she's gone out and there's a French policeman. She knew like some basic things in French, and she's basically asked, the Eiffel Tower, they must know what she means. And he just went, ugh. Walked past. Yeah, this is a policeman. And you think in this country they wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
you know, I make a point of when I'm driving my bus, if a foreigner gets on, someone from another country gets on, I take even longer to explain things to them, and because you see they're so happy because they're on holiday, and you think I want them to have a good experience.
If someone's polite, then it doesn't matter. If someone's rude, then I don't care where they're from.
How do I get to? And I'll do my best to help them. I'll say, okay,
they speak more English than we can, whatever language they can, which that's what I like. And I feel quite ashamed of the fact. I mean, we don't know any other languages. They should teach us
the best language.
No. We should learn other languages in primary school, and that way then they'd stick in. Like a lot of people learn English in primary school. That's why they can get by in other countries and they can talk, and that's why. I would rather learn maybe Spanish or Italian or French or something like that. I think it'd be lovely to be able to speak
Spanish is useful because it's like a really widespread.
Because you get to secondary school when your brain starts changing, because you start thinking about sex and your body's changing. So your brain ain't going to suck up all the same information. Like learning French from secondary school is pointless because your brain is all over the place. Whereas primary school, you can soak stuff up like a sponge.
You know what I think in secondary school? I always think that technology should be swapped out for mechanics and automobile stuff. I think people should learn the highway code and basic mechanics, because you think about like that woman
and also management of their money and stuff like this.
No, and think about that woman who broke down on the side of the road and got murdered.
Who?
There's a woman in the news. A woman broke down when she had her kids in the car in this country. Broke down on the side of the road while she was waiting for the recovery people. She got murdered.
Oh.
And now you think if she knew basic mechanics, by? I don't know. They didn't find him. But the kid, she weren't in the car. She'd got out of the car, but she got murdered. But my point is,
what about the kids? What happened to the kids? Did they nick the car?
No. Just found the kids in the car and she'd been murdered. But my point is, and I think women in particular, if they know basic mechanics, say there's something wrong with the car, they pull down on the side of the road, which is one of the most dangerous places. They might go, I know what this is. Spark plug, bam, 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 keep going. But they don't want people to know, because then the government, the people don't make money. It ruins the whole industry.
Don't even get me started with the government.
Fucking government.
Fucking hate them.
Quote my film. It was a good film. Assassin.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it, yeah. And the box office, I can't say, I've been looking, I can't see exactly how much the budget was, but I see it made $50 million.
Right.
So I don't know. It made its money back, I would have expected. But the thing is, I don't get.
It's not a lot.
I don't get why
it wasn't received so well. It was just one. Sometimes you could have. There's been so many great films where
the 90s there was Misery, Silence of the Lambs, Pulp Fiction, all this kind of stuff coming out. I can understand there's lots of stuff, but this was good. This is a good film. She's brilliant in this film, Bridget Fonda, and she was a fantastic actress.
Well, I think one of the reasons they changed it to Assassin was because the point of no return, they blamed that as why it was doing bad at the box office, because they thought it's too vague. We want to double down on the action side of it. Let's call it Assassin. And they've... Yeah,
it's all to do how the poster should have been maybe something different. They should have done something different with the poster. Like, they should have maybe gone, okay, I ain't working with that poster, let's do something a little bit more. I don't think it's with the fact that because it's a female... sort of James Bondy type thing. It ain't like that. It's the story that goes behind it. It's more to it than what. It's an action film, but there's more to it.
It could have done better, but it's too late now.
But it's a fantastic film, and I think a lot of people that will remember.
Check it out if you like action film.
Oh, it's a really good film. I love it. It's one of my favourite films of that era. And as I say, Bridget Fonda at her best. She's fantastic in this film. You know, so yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it then, Charles. I didn't think you would, for 1 second, sort of slag it, because I don't think there's nothing to really slag about it. I think it was. I knew that it was just quite a safe bet that you would actually quite like this, because you like 90s films as well.
And it's very 90s, like with the computers and all stuff like that. But at the time, you'd think that would have looked quite advanced and it would have looked right. But yeah. So next week, me and Lily are going to review the new Nosferatu.
Okay.
2024's Nosferatu, as it were. It came out last month. Because I like the original one. And I want to see if this new one is any good. I've heard mixed things about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, nice one.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. And yeah, if you haven't seen the film Point of No Return, or The Assassin, whatever it's called nowadays, go and watch it. It's a good film. It's a good watch.
Yeah. So please like, subscribe, and share. Bye bye.
See you later. Bye bye.